to another exciting hour of Mid-South Wrestling. I'm Jim Ross, and along with Joel Watts, we'll be calling the action here in a tremendous hour we have, highlighted by the final round, the final confrontation for the Mid-South Television title. Joel, it's a great card from top to bottom. Why don't you tell the folks about what we're going to see today?
Some great matches. We've highlighted by 3 tag team combinations that are just awesome. We've got the Nightmare and General Eddie Gilbert together. We've got Brickhouse Brown and Brad Armstrong together as a tag team. And I think most importantly, the new Mid-South Tag Team Champions, Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase, will be tag teaming together. Special feature, Terry Taylor is going to be demonstrating the figure 4 leg lock. I think that'll be real interesting. And the big one, the final round of the Mid-South Television title tournament between Jake the Snake Roberts and a newcomer, the Snowman.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all that and so much more, and if you were with us last week, and we certainly hope that you were, you saw my interview with Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the Burn Institute. I must say, perhaps the most difficult assignment I've ever had with Mid-South, a very tragic situation. Well, we've got an update with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I think you'd be very interested to hear exactly what he had to say. Let's let you see the interview with Hacksaw Duggan at this time. Jim, it certainly is a much more pleasant surrounding that we're in from the last time that I had the opportunity and privilege to visit with you in the hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, I can report very positively and very happily that Hacksaw Jim Duggan will not lose his left eye, and we're awfully excited and happy about that, obviously. But ladies and gentlemen, the doctors did tell me that his left eye has perhaps suffered some irreparable damage. Only time will tell. But more importantly, to many of the wrestling fans, I'm sure all the sports world, they say Hacksaw Duggan's not to get back in the ring.
Well, Jim, you know, the doctors have their opinion of what should happen, of course, and I want to thank the doctors, as I want to thank everyone that sent in the cards and letters. It meant a lot to me. It gave me a lot of encouragement when I needed a lot of encouragement. But the doctors suggested I don't wrestle again, mainly because of one reason. If it happens again, there is no question about it, there will be permanent eye loss and maybe eye removal. And, of course, the main concern now is Skandar Akbar and what the man will stop at. So I had a long meeting with my family, who I'm very close with, and we all discussed it. And many of my good close friends discussed it. Of course, the doctor's opinion means quite a bit. But this is a decision that I'm going to have to make on my own. My eyesight is just starting to come back now, and it's been quite a while and quite a painful experience. And right now I'm getting where I can see some images. But the most important thing is that doctors say with the proper care and the proper medication, that I'll be able to get my total eyesight back. And the big question is if I'll get back in the ring or not. And that's a decision that's going to be a big decision for me, and I'm just going to have to take my time, and it'll be a decision that Hacksaw Duggan makes.
A very private decision, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jim Ross with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, reporting exclusively for Mid-South Sports. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to certainly thank each and every one of you for sending the cards and letters and all your thoughts and prayers for Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It really has lifted his spirits, and if you'd like to keep sending those cards, we will give you the address. It's Mid-South Sports, 116 West Breckenridge in Bixby, Oklahoma, 74008. And he really has lifted his spirits, and that's some great piece of news. And, of course, Joel, there is another side of the story, some bad news.
Yes, last week we announced on Mid-South that all of Skandar Akbar's bookings have been suspended. However, Skandar Akbar has counter-moved, and he has put the Mid-South Board of Directors at a stalemate. At this time, my father declines to make a comment about the situation. However, Skandar Akbar made some comments earlier. We videotaped them. Let's watch those right now.
What a horrible accident. You pulled a foreign object out of your trunks, Jim Duggan. You were going to permanently injure Kamala. And I did what I had to do. Let us put the blame where it will be on you, Jim Duggan. You are out of wrestling. It was a horrible accident. I do not know exactly what happened. But last week, Cowboy Bill Watts made a statement to you people that I was suspended, and anybody associated with me and Devastation Incorporated. You are incorrect. In the first place, Watts, you should know that you cannot suspend us without a hearing. And I will have you know that we are back, and my attorneys, which is the best that money can buy, will keep on delaying and appealing, and that hearing may never come up, but until it does, we will be back and are back in the Mid-South. So I want you to know right now, President of Mid-South, You cannot suspend me or anybody connected with me without a hearing. If you do, it is a miscarriage of your so-called American justice, and you don't want that to happen, do you, Watts? So listen, and listen good, people. The general is back. Nobody, I repeat, nobody can penalize a man of my pride and distinction. My resources, my wealth is unlimited. Watts, you should know that by now, that I am coming back to Mid-South.
I'll tell you what, Jim, the bottom line, no suspension without a hearing. It seems like that nowadays in the justice system, sometimes the perpetrator of the crime is more protected than the victim. And I think it's a terrible shame. My father's very unhappy about it, but...
well, that's unfortunate. That's the way the legal system is at this point in time in our country, ladies and gentlemen. But the more pleasant things, we'll be back with the final round of the Mid-South Television Tournament. The Snowman versus Jake the Snake Roberts. We'll have that for you right after this word from Mid-South sponsors.
And we move into the final round, the championship match of the Mid-South Television Tournament. $10,000 to the winner of this match. One fall or 15-minute time limit. In the red corner, at 251 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia, Jake the Snake Roberts. And across the ring, weighing in 249 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, the Snowman. Your special appointed referee for this title match, Superstar Bill Dundee.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been brewing. The tournament has been going on for the past several weeks. And here the final round. It's all on the line. That television medal and $10,000. Jake the Snake Roberts and the Snowman. Superstar Dundee, the third man in the ring. Joe, this will be a classic.
Well, this is it. Like you said, this is the final. This is the epitome. This is the end of the line, and Jake the Snake, we all know what he's got. This is going to be a real test for the Snowman. He's been impressive so far, and you can see he's obviously got the physical attributes to be a success in professional wrestling.
And you know, Joel, he has such tremendous upper body strength that he can turn a maneuver such as that headlock into an excruciating maneuver. He had to really clamp down on Jake the Snake, who is taking a little time, there you see him, to regroup.
Jake the Snake taking a little time there to regroup. But that seems to be his tactic a lot of times. At this point, Jake the Snake has picked up a second. You can see his head there in the corner of the screen. The Barbarian, and Dirty Dutch Mantell as well is scouting this match.
Test of strength, the Snowman, he's putting Jake the Snake to his knees. You know, this is a tremendous surprise with Superstar Dundee in there as the third man in the ring. Mid-South wanted a very competent man, a man that has, well, an experienced man. And Dundee has held a lot of titles. He's a tremendous athlete in his own right. I think it was a great move by Mid-South in appointing Superstar Dundee as the official.
I wholeheartedly agree with that statement, Jim. I think Dundee will be as good at keeping the peace as anybody out there. Jake the Snake won't be able to get away with any questionable tactics in this match, I don't think. Both men tying up, collar and elbow. Jake the Snake slapping the Snowman, but apparently he's impervious to pain. It's tough to get a scouting report on this man, Snowman. Comes from Memphis, Tennessee.
He's like twisted steel in that ring. Look at this. He scooped him right up, and one more time.
He threw Jake the Snake like he's nothing. Look at that. Jake the Snake in the 250-pound range, going down like he's nothing but air. The Snowman, I hear, bench presses in the 500-pound region, the squats in the 600-pound region. Tremendously strong.
Well, I have never seen anybody handle Jake the Snake Roberts like the Snowman, and Jake the Snake is out on the concrete. His Barbarian second is there with him, but now here comes the Snowman to wait. Superstar Dundee intervened. Great maneuver by the referee. He's keeping the order right here, just like you mentioned earlier, Joel.
Well, Jake the Snake, I think at this time, has got to be hurting, but this is his style, you got to remember. He likes to get in and out, lull you into a false sense of security, and then switch gears. He's got that explosion. You never can count him out of a match.
The Snowman's coming right outside. He says, more or less, I'll do it on the floor. Oh! Somebody coming in.
The Snowman's certainly not going to back down. The TV title has got a lot of prestige behind it. And of course, $10,000 means a lot to anybody. I don't care who you are. Jake really pounded him hard in the head with those right crosses, but it's not even phasing the Snowman. Look at that. Snowman's asking for more. You're going to have to do something a lot more than that. Of course, we all know that Jake has got quite a weapon. The Snowman with a power slam. Snowman with a power slam. 1, 2, 3. The fans are on their feet. Standing ovation.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, they're all standing at the Ironsville Boys Club. We have a new Mid-South Television champion. He is the Snowman. And Jake the Snake, he's got his foot on the bottom of the rope. He's trying to tell Dundee his foot was on the rope. I didn't see his foot on the rope. Did you, Joel?
No, sir.
Oh, no!
Hey. Jake the Snake and the Barbarian attacking Bill Dundee, but the Snowman's back. The Snowman's back, and he's whipping them all. Clothesline. Clothesline, the Barbarian's down, and Jake the Snake and the Barbarian are getting out of there.
And the Snowman is walking tall. The new Mid-South Television champion, the awesome Snowman. And we'll be back. One more Mid-South Wrestling after this word from the Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.
Tag team match, 1 fall or 10-minute time limit. In the red corner, 225 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, General Eddie Gilbert. And at 280 pounds from parts unknown, the Nightmare. And across the ring, from Buffalo, New York, at 224 pounds, Mark Reagan. 202 pounds, Birmingham, Alabama, Mike Jackson. Your referee, Randy Anderson.
Tag team action here on Mid-South. Boy, the crowd is still buzzing. The new Mid-South Television champion, the Snowman. What an athlete. I'll tell you what, he manhandled Jake the Snake Roberts. And, well, back to action right here. We've got an undefeated tag team combination of General Eddie Gilbert, who you see in the ring, and his partner, the man that we know virtually nothing about other than he's 280 pounds, the Nightmare. He's the guy that put out Ronnie West 2 weeks ago, and, well, Ronnie's not been able to referee since then, Joe.
He gave Ronnie West a pile driver. Mark Reagan in there with some arm drags on General Eddie Gilbert. Mark Reagan, an aspiring young superstar. Here in a few moments, we'll try to get the Snowman in for a word or two. Eddie Gilbert really firing away with some rights. During the commercial break, I was thinking, about how superstar Bill Dundee was the referee in that match. Boy, the action's moving so fast, Jim. Mike Jackson in there buzzing away.
Here comes that awesome force, the Nightmare, with the pile driver and so many other weapons. Awesome man. Mike Jackson darting around. Jackson with a drop kick didn't take the big man off his feet. Tremendous strength that the Nightmare has. He just dominates people. Of course, his partner and perhaps leader of the pack, General Eddie Gilbert, on the outside now. Very vocal young man, Joel.
Well, General Eddie Gilbert reminds me of many folks who sometimes can't always back up what their mouths got to offer. But he's still a tough athlete, no doubt about it. Reagan with a hard drop kick. Gilbert with the arm whip. Reagan, smart move on the part of Eddie Gilbert. These two men, I'm sure both of them are great singles wrestlers, but they employ very good tag team strategy as well. And look at how vicious this Nightmare is. He's so bulky, so powerful.
And very, very sadistic. His maneuvers are, many of his maneuvers are not pinning type maneuvers, they're submission type, and just keeps inflicting pain and more pain.
For such a big man, he moves so lightly on his feet. He's a fine athlete. Just like all the athletes in Mid-South. Gilbert firing a hard right, arm whip into the turnbuckles. Reagan really popped him, though. Reagan really pops him. Reagan now trying to go for the tag. He makes it. Mike Jackson back in now. Firing out on Eddie Gilbert. A hard shoulder smash. Oh!
There's a tag. In comes the Nightmare. And he is a dominant force in this match.
The Nightmare up for the pile driver. Oh! Unbelievable. A 3 count. That's the end of the match. And if we can get our cameras over here, we'll have a few words with our new Mid-South television title holder, the Snowman. Snowman, I'm very pleased to present you with this check for $10,000 for Mid-South Wrestling. You are our new television champion. Yes, sir.
It's on.
Okay. All right. I want to thank all the lovely people for being out here. And hey, $10,000. I can do a lot with it. I want it. I earned it, and I really appreciate it. My spiritual trainer, Boudini, spiritual to help me, Muhammad Ali. I've been training real hard. And just like he said, sting like a bee and fly like a butterfly. That's what I did. A lot of people out here know that I can be DWC, Daddy Whipped Cream. So I'm going to buy this brand new Cadillac and ride all these pretty ladies around, take them downtown, buy them some of all this cash money I got. I'm glad to be in the territory. I know it's tough, but wherever it's tough at, that's where I want to be at, baby. And I earn it. You know, I'm not scared of anybody. As long as I got these big guns, I can take care of my own self. Jake the Snake, he tried to take me out. He can't take me out. All this good thick chest right here, all this beef, these thunder cookers, he can't do nothing with it. So I'd like to thank Mid-South and all the lovely people for being here. I'm just so proud, man. This is a check. I need it. I'm going to do something with it. I'm really rejoiced over this. Thank you.
Well, we're really happy to have you as our Mid-South television champion. The Snowman, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, a tremendous athlete, the new television champion, and we're going to be back with the demonstration of the figure 4 with Terry Taylor. And we'll have that for you right after this timeout.
Wrestling fans, we will now have a demonstration of one of the most devastating submission holds in professional wrestling. Explaining it and applying it will be the popular star from Vero Beach, Florida, Terry Taylor.
Thank you very much, Floyd. I'll tell you, as everybody knows, I'm the North American champion. I've got my sights set on Ric Flair for the world's heavyweight championship. Everyone knows that his strength is a figure four, and the way to beat a champion or anybody is to go after their strength. Now, to stop Ric Flair from getting that figure four on me, I've had Steve Casey and Terry Daniels. They've been helping me train, and we're just going to show the people a few ways to stop from getting a figure four put on you, because once you get it put on you, everybody's seen it. That's the most devastating maneuver in wrestling. It can break your leg or your ankle or your knee, and it doesn't take long. So, Steve, we're just going to go through this like about a half speed to show the people, a few ways to stop the, Ric Flair from getting it on me. Boy, the idea on that is always to try to turn a disadvantage into an advantage. Like when I just kick Steve off, it's just to get away. But on that move right there, it was an offensive thing, a cradle, which if you lock it in, you can win the match. Okay. Dutch Mantel's been out here watching, minding his own business now. Ted DiBiase's coming out here.
Wait a minute, Terry Taylor. I've had about enough of this Mickey Mouse demonstration. All I can take. Number one, Taylor, you haven't worked with the figure four leg lock long enough to be demonstrating it to anyone. All you've showed here is a couple ways to keep from getting it put on you. You're after the world champion, and number one, if anyone deserves a shot at the world heavyweight champion, it's Ted DiBiase.
Says you.
Yeah, you talk to Ric Flair, ask him about Ted DiBiase, he'll change the subject because he don't want to know about me, but that's not the point here. The point is, you don't know enough about the whole to be making any demonstrations. Regardless of whether you or anybody in this building likes me, they know that Ted DiBiase is a master of the figure four leg lock. And I'm here to tell you this. I got a man right here. Take a look at this man's legs, Taylor. I'll tell you right now, you can't put the figure four leg lock on those. You can't make him submit, Taylor.
You don't think if I put the figure four on him, yeah, he will submit or he'll break his legs.
Look at the size of those legs.
Strength and size doesn't matter. It's leverage and the pressure points and how it's applied. You know that as well as anybody.
Taylor, don't talk to me about leverage and strength. I know. I'll tell you what, there's a lot involved. Number one, the size of the man's leg. Is he a tall man? Is he a short man? Where do you apply the pressure? That's the fine points. What I'm telling you is you can't put the hold on him and make him give up.
I know I can. Lay down. Lay down. I guarantee you'll give up.
Wait a minute. Lay down.
This was a demonstration
hey,
before you
got
out
think
here.
Ric Flair's going to lay down and let you put the hold on him? If you're bad enough to go after Ric Flair in the world title, you take him down and put the hold on him.
I'll do that. You make sure you're on the floor and out of the way, and I'll do it.
I'm gone.
You get up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this demonstration is going much more than... Now, wait a minute. What is DiBiase doing now?
Little last-minute coaching, it appears.
Oh, now DiBiase with a sucker punch to Terry Taylor, and now Thor's got the figure four. Thor has got the figure four on Terry Taylor.
Terry Taylor, we saw the size of Thor's leg. He's tremendously strong. This could, if Terry Taylor stays in this figure four leg lock much longer, it could be it. He could suffer a broken leg. The fans are behind Terry.
Taylor's trying to turn him. Taylor's trying to reverse it.
Yeah! Taylor's got Then he's got a reverse, and Thor submits. Carl Fergie.
Even though this isn't a match, Carl Fergie signaled for the bell. Thor gave up. Terry Taylor reversed that figure 4. Terry Taylor reversed it, and he clamped it in. DiBiase and Dr. Death, they brought Thor out here. They got him in this situation. They're just walking off and leaving him. That shows you what kind of people that the Mid-South Tag Team Champions are. Terry Taylor reversed that figure 4. What a maneuver, ladies and gentlemen. And what a confrontation. Hopefully it will be signed. Terry Taylor and Ric Flair, and we'll be back with the Mid-South Tag Team Champions after this word from Mid-South Wrestling.
This tag team bout, 1 fall or 10-minute time limit. In the red corner, the Mid-South Tag Team Champions, 270 pounds from University of Oklahoma, Dr. Death Steve Williams. And from Omaha, Nebraska, 255 pounds, Ted DiBiase. From the Cobra Corps, and Amarillo, Texas, at 223 pounds, Terry Daniels. 251 pounds from Manchester, England, Steve Casey. Your referee, Randy Anderson.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, these 4 men were introduced somewhat in that last demonstration. Terry Taylor, I'll tell you, he has mastered, it looks to me like the figure 4 leg lock. And of course, next week here on Mid-South Wrestling, the man that they say can apply it better than anyone, Ric Flair, the National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, here with us next week on television. But Joel, we have new Mid-South Tag Champions. One half of them, Dr. Death in the ring with Steve Casey at this time.
Casey tags into his partner, Terry Daniels. Daniels goes straight back to that arm. Daniels and Casey are both tough competitors, rugged men, but they've got a real chore on their hands against these 2 guys. The thing that's always impressed me about Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase is even though that they're fantastic, world-class single competitors, they've always been really well-versed in tag team situations as well. Ted DiBiase, of course, as he likes to call himself, and you can't take it away from him, he is a master technician. Really going right after Steve Casey. They're very aggressive. They're on a vendetta. They really want to keep those Mid-South Tag Team titles. And of course, they say that they're only going to give the Rock and Roll Express 1 chance to get them back, and then it's going to be tough to negotiate from there. Of course, Rock and Roll Express will get at least 1 rematch with them.
Casey tags in Private Terry Daniels, and I'll say this right now, Joel, that Daniels and Casey are operating extremely well at this point in time. Right there, as quick as I said that, though, the tide's turning somewhat. Ooh.
Daniels comes off the ropes, leaps over DiBiase, but DiBiase catches him with a hard right. DiBiase really caught Daniels with a hard right.
That little Marine is tough, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh! DiBiase and Dr. Death look like shades of their football days. DiBiase at West Texas State. Of course, Dr. Death, number 76 for the Oklahoma Sooners. Dr. Death, awesomely strong and just manhandling Terry Daniels, lifting him up after a count of 1 to inflict more punishment.
Well, when you're talking sheer toughness, Dr. Death has always got to come to mind. But somebody else that's stepped into the forefront of the toughness game is the Snowman. He's here to take on the tough competition in the Mid-South. Terry Daniels,
oh! Daniels was operating so well, and Dr. Death with that cheap shot. He caught the little Marine. He caught him with that cheap shot. Now DiBiase's got the figure 4. He's got it sunk in deep. The winners of the match, the Mid-South Tag Team Champions, Ted DiBiase and Steve Dr. Death Williams. And when we return, You'll see the massive Barbarian in action right after this.
Wrestling fans, before the introduction of the event that's in the ring.
Before the introduction, I have a little something to say. And you might as well listen to it, and all of you might as well listen to this. Before, when I came to this area, they pushed me to the back. They said, no, Jake, you got to wait your turn. Well, I waited my turn. I waited my turn. I've done exactly what they asked me to do. I went out here and wrestled all the way through the tournament, just like they asked me to do. But what do, man? They slip a ringer in on me. This guy, what's a Snowman? Let me tell you something, Snowman. You're a phony. You're nothing. You're not a man. You come out here, they slip the ringer in me. I don't know where they got the guy. They tell me, oh yeah, Boudini Brown trains him. They say Muhammad Ali's his spiritual leader. Let me tell you something about spirits, my man. All spirits are dead. I don't think you're the man you say you are, Snowman, but what I do tell you is this. Mid-South, I am tired of you ripping me off and playing your stinking games with me. I have tried to do it the right way, and the hardest battle I ever fought, Boyd Pierce, was the one that's raging in my mind right now, and that fire is burning. And if you want to teach somebody a lesson, I guess the only way to do it is to start crippling people. And brother, I'm telling you right now, I want you to hurt this place. You understand?
This event, one fall, 10-minute time limit. In the red corner from parts unknown at 320 pounds, the Barbarian. And at 240 pounds from the state of Alabama, Ken Glover. Carl Fergie, your referee.
Well, some very, very strong comments from Jake the Snake Roberts, and I think that the Barbarian is more than motivated. What an awesome athlete, 6'8", 320 pounds. Jake the Snake Roberts, very much, well, it sounds more deranged than ever, Joe.
Well, you heard him say it. He wants to make an example out of this fella. The Barbarian, of course, unbelievable power and athletic ability. He's really got Ken Glover in a bad way, in a hurry.
You can hear Jake the Snake Roberts on the outside of the ring yelling, hurt him, hurt him.
The TV title means a lot to Jake the Snake. He's been after it ever since he's come to the Mid-South. And I gotta say though, the Snowman certainly, in my opinion, the Snowman was dominant throughout the match.
Oh my goodness.
Barbarian. All the way off the second rope, but he pulls Ken Glover up. Carl Fergie's admonishing him, and I don't blame him. My goodness. How much punishment can a man take? The Barbarian is really on a vendetta. He's using Ken Glover as an example. Gee.
He's got the big squeeze, as he likes to call it, better known as the full Nelson, and he punished that man. The winner of the match, the 6'8", 320-pound Barbarian, Jake Roberts, in there to add insult to injury. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with Brickhouse Brown and Brad Armstrong right after this from the Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.
This tag team match, one fall or television time remaining. In the red corner 235 pounds from North Carolina, Larry Clark. And his partner from Korea at 239 pounds, Chan Chang. And their opponent in the ring at 226 pounds from Miami, Florida, Brickhouse Brown. And his team partner, 228 pounds from Marietta, Georgia, Brad Armstrong.
Our final confrontation here today on Mid-South Wrestling, Brickhouse Brown and Brad Armstrong, a very prominent tag team in Mid-South. They've been very successfully banding together, going against a couple of newcomers, Larry Clark and Chan Chang. Quite obviously, it's Larry Clark in the ring against Brickhouse Brown.
Well, a moment ago, you saw Dirty Dutch Mantell again scouting the hot competition, people that he feels are the top athletes, and definitely Brickhouse Brown and Brad Armstrong are two of the top. What a tag team combination these two men make. Their styles complement each other as finely as anybody I've ever seen. They've said that they are prepared to take on any main event tag team in the country. You're talking DiBiase and Dr. Death, Nightmare and General Eddie Gilbert, the Freebirds, any of them. They say, bring them on. Brad Armstrong with a beautiful shoulder smash. The Chan Chang managed to turn the tables with a quick knee to the midsection. Body slam. Chang off the ropes. Chang misses the elbow. Brad Armstrong with a hip toss.
Boy, Brad Armstrong, Joel, so explosive. And ladies and gentlemen, if time permitting, Joel has prepared a brand new video. We'll debut here on Brickhouse Brown. We have some time here for the balance of this hour.
Well, thank you, Jim. I'm kind of proud of the video. It's done to Computer Age by Nucleus. Very popular song. Brickhouse Brown used to come to Brickhouse Brown with a headbutt. Brick with a headbutt. Brickhouse Brown with the headbutt. Manages to win another victory. Brickhouse still undefeated on Mid-South. Right now, Jim, I'd like to go to the new video that I had the pleasure of producing, Computer Age by Nucleus. I'd like to extend a special word of thanks to the Xanadu Club here in Shreveport, Louisiana. They were very cooperative, really nice folks over there. We had a great time. I think you'll see it reflected on this video. Let's go to it now.
Up to the computers. Push the button.
Brickhouse Brown's really on fire here in the Mid-South. He's made an impressive showing for himself every time he's come out. I think the fans are really getting behind him. Once again, I'd like to thank Xanadu in Shreveport, Louisiana for all their help and cooperation in that video. They were really great. A lot of great things coming up next week. Jim, as you said before, Ric Flair's going to be here.
The National Wrestling Alliance World's Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair will make an appearance here on Mid-South Television next week, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, next week we'll also have General Skandar Akbar returning, along with Kamala. Unfortunately, Akbar's lawyers have appealed this situation. Also see that Brickhouse Brown and Brad Armstrong are coming out here to our location. And don't forget, we'll have a very big announcement next week.
Things have been happening in the Mid-South. Me and Brad, we've been getting our stuff together in the gym. We just showed you what it's all about. Now, DiBiase and Dr. Dent are the new tag team champions. We ain't exactly been sitting around the Dairy Queen eating strawberry shortcake, brother. We ready, we want a title shot, and we challenge them right here today on national television.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an explosive young tag team combination. They proved it in many, many arenas that they are a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous team. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, don't forget the world's champion Ric Flair will be here. General Skandar Akbar returns. Hopefully we'll have another update on Hacksaw Jim Duggan's well-being. Also, a very surprise announcement, a very key interview we think will rock the wrestling world. For ring announcer Boyd Pierce, I want to thank my colleague Joel Watts. Thanks to Brickhouse Brown and Brad Armstrong for joining us. And so, ladies and gentlemen, until we see you next week, I'm Jim Ross saying thanks again for being with us. We'll see you next week, everybody.